Good morning. My name is Robert Larson, your anchor for this week, and welcome to the HPS Upload, where we upload the latest news for you to download. At Hettinger Public School, we challenge all to meet their academic and life goals while inspiring lifelong learning. Please stand to say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And here are today's announcements. Lunch for today is Home Alone themed meal featuring a lovely pizza, wet Banished beets, make sure you don't get any tarantulas on them, and Kevin's pasta salad. Lunch for Tuesday, though, is the Nutcracker goulash, sugar plum, fairy bread and jelly, and king mouse green beans being a featured part of it. Lunch for Wednesday is the Grinch, featuring roast beef, which is served to grow your heart 3 sizes. Who mash, Grinchy juice, Cindy Low Who fruit, and Maximilian dessert being featured. Lunch for Thursday is a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving featuring Linus Blanket Lab, which is sure to warm your stomach, Snoopy Smiles, Santa Strawberries, and Woodstock Sunseeds. Also today, there is a horse judging workout tonight at 6:30 p.m. And there is an agronomy workout after school. Additionally, there is a FFME meeting on Thursday at 7 with chapter offices at 6:30. Also this week, on Wednesday, the kids in the elementary are doing their Christmas concert. Make sure you go and see it. For FFA members, please have all jerky money in before Christmas break. All volleyball players 9 to 12 meet in Mr. Kohler's room after today's announcements. Last announcement for this week, there is no school on Friday. And those are the announcements for today. Now, let's take a look at this week's story by Cadence Berry about the resource room.
For this news story, I interviewed Ms. Peterson and Ms. Gaumont about the resource room. Let's take a look. So how does the resource room work?
Okay, so what we try to do in here is all the students that come into our resource room actually have to qualify in some way. So we have a process that we do. Before kids come into our room, we have what we call a BAT meeting. It's a building assistant teams meeting with all the teachers if we see a kid that's struggling or we need to have some extra help. So we have a meeting, and then from then we decide whether we want to do some accommodations or interventions for a little bit before we go any further. If we've already tried interventions, then what we do from there is we would have a meeting with the parent and then decide if we need to do any evaluations. Then from the evaluation, we decide whether a child or a student would qualify for services, and then we write up a plan for them. It's called an educational plan.
So how many teachers does it usually take?
Right now, because I am elementary, junior high, and high school, I have myself, and then we have Mrs. Gaumont, Mrs. Rustin, Mr. Fordall helping on the junior high, high school side. And then on the other side, I also have some other paras that help me. So like Mrs. Greff, she helps with the 3rd grade. And then Mrs. Larson is also down in the elementary. We have Mr. Dix who comes on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So it takes quite a few hands to be able to make sure that the children are getting all the services that they need.
Okay. So what's it like working in the resource room?
It's fun. It's something different usually every day. I help students with their assignments that they have to complete and meet deadlines and things.
What is the biggest difficulty that you faced working in the resource room?
The biggest difficulty?
Yes.
Maybe just not having enough time to help everybody. Because if someone has a test or assignment and someone else has an assignment due and there's not enough of us, it might be hard that day to help someone.
What is your favorite part about working in the resource room?
I think my favorite part is when a student doesn't think they can accomplish something and then they do, and just to see how excited they are that they got an assignment done or that they did well on a test. So it's just fun to be there with them when they do well too.
This was my interview with the resource room for the news story.
Thank you, Cadence. Now we are going to Sports Last Week with Anna.
Thank you, Robert. The Nighthawks did really great last week. Let's take a look at some scores. We're going to start out with wrestling. The Nighthawks attended 3 tournaments and placed 9th as a team in all of them. Wrestlers, I'm going to give you a little incentive. The only way to make it individually on the news is to get 3rd or higher. So that's your goal for this season, is to get on the news. Tristan Pekas placed 2nd, Nick Anderson placed 3rd, Jennifer Burden placed 1st, and Ellie Rosen placed 2nd. The Nighthawks had 2 people place 4th and 4 people place 5th. And they did really well. That's the first tournament they have been to all year, and most of them were mostly Class A, so the Nighthawks did a really good job representing at those. Next, we're going to take a look at girls basketball. The girls traveled to Linton, long drive to Linton this weekend. JV losing 16-33 and varsity losing 40-56. Linton is currently the number 3 team in the state for varsity. And we're going to take a look at some highlights from that girls basketball game in Linton. The girls are sporting their new jerseys. Very cool. Everyone loves them this year, so that's awesome. Layla Jensen's going to dribble it up, kick to the corner, kick it to the top for Ella Jensen, going to pass to Bailey Pierce. She's going to pull up far behind that three-point line and make a 3. Bailey had a lot of nice 3s that day. Nighthawks are going to bring it up against Linton's press. They were able to break the press pretty easily throughout the game. I'm going to pass it up to Ali Shaleski, who's going to give it to Layla. She's going to do a nice floater for 2. We're going to have the Nighthawks bringing it up. Bailey Pierce going to dribble in for a pass to Layla Jensen. She's going to get around her defender, pass it back to Pierce. Pierce is going to give it to Ella Jensen. She's going to kick it to Monica Morris. Monica going to pass to Layla, who's going to dribble in and pass to Bailey, who will get another 3. We're going to have some Nighthawk defense here. Bailey Pierce getting a closeout on the shooter as the Lions bring it around. And Ali Shaleski able to read the pass and get a steal for the Hawks. Bailey Pierce here taking a charge, and you can see the Nighthawk bench getting very excited. Charges are one of the best things to cheer about. Great job this weekend, Nighthawks. Next week, girls basketball is going to Killdeer for the Killdeer tournament 3 days a week. The boys basketball will go to Linton this week and play Linton and Strasburg, and wrestling will go to Rapid City.
Thank you, Anna. Now let's go to Joey, who stole the weather job from me.
All right, to be fair, both of us wanted to do it, but my words per minute was quicker. So, Monday, as you can tell, very cold, and with a high of 19 and a low of 8. Tuesday is mostly cloudy, but it's warmer with a high of 26 and a low of 9. Wednesday, there is a possible chance for a mix, which is always not fun. High of 35, low of 27. Thursday is 36 for a high, low of 17. Also probably going to be snowing. Friday is overcast, high of 35, low of 13. Saturday, we're getting to the 40s now. It is mostly cloudy, but there's a high of 41 and a low of 22. And Sunday is the warmest of the week with partly cloudy and a high of 51 and a low of 24. Now back to you, Robert. Also sorry.
Thank you, Joey, for that stolen weather report. We also would like to thank Casey Kim's father, our streamer, for helping us make today's broadcast possible. And that's our news broadcast. Thank you for tuning in to the HPS Upload, HPSU, where we upload the latest news and downloadable content for you to enjoy. To stay up to date on our weekly news, local sporting events, and community streams, be sure to disintegrate that bell and break the sound barrier with that like button to have your weekly dose of news. We will see you next Monday at 9.